Good afternoon. It is 5:43 p.m. on September 1st, 2017. I realize it's been at least a few days since I've provided an update, but as far as you're concerned, that just means that I've been sticking to my guns.
How I show my love. I made it in my mind because I blame it on my ADD, baby. This is how an angel dies. I blame it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some half. It's awesome. So to reiterate on what the entire plan was, I'm calling this the warm-up round. I've had zero sweetness of any kind, so I've stuck to that. I've really just about kept to zero cruciferous vegetables. The only funny one there is the protein sources. I've been up in the vegetable protein sources quite a bit, but as far as we're concerned, low levels of animal proteins. I've been having zero caffeine, zero alcohol, and anytime that I'm not eating a salad, I will cut a meal in half, and I will wait at least 1 hour before having any portion of the meal again. And that's just in case I'm hungry. It's also so that I level out pretty well. So some quick status updates on everything. I don't know if there's any physical changes. I mean, I'm just trying to be healthy. I did a swim yesterday, been doing a lot of biking, and that's unfortunately one of the updates. Is yesterday I did a little drop on my BMX bike and ended up shearing off a bolt on the crank, and now that bolt's embedded in the crank spindle. So now I'm going to have to either get that thing out or I'm going to have to replace my bottom bracket. So I'm not too excited about that, but. And I guess my legs are thanking me today. I've been pushing pretty hard on the bike. I mean, the power levels are pretty wacky. But beyond that, had a really good trip out to Virginia Beach for work. Well, good afternoon. Just got to my hotel. It's Monday, and I'm about to head to Virginia Beach. And hopefully catch the eclipse there, and it's going to be a good time. I mean, I got my flippers too, so hopefully get a nice workout in on what would otherwise be a work day. I mean, that's a fun part about it, get to go out and play in the water. And that was a fun time. I ended up catching the eclipse that day, and that was just a total dud. That was on August 21st, so about 10 days ago. And yeah, I couldn't even tell any kind of change of the sunlight at all. I actually took the GoPro camera underneath the water, so I did a mile sprint to Neptune. All right. Yep, just a typical work day in Neptune. Yeah, so we got the eclipse in about 7 minutes. So see if I can get it. Maybe I have some salt water filtering it through. So I'll jump in the water now. I run out in the water. I was going right by the minute, like on the watch, and just tried to bring the GoPro under the water. Tried to see if I could get a good filter and maybe get that thing, because I was doing like almost like a infrared scanner. I was just waving my hand in front of my eye, kind of looking up. You know, I don't know, Trump did he was getting a lot of crap over the whole looking in the sun thing. I mean, I kind of did something similar, but at least I was doing a chop mode, trying to use that I don't know if we want to call it burning of the retina. I was trying to be nice to my eyes without doing any kind of damage. They say there's no pain receptors in the retina, so you can stare in the sun and then eventually you're just blind. Boom. And actually that's the premise of the movie Pi by Darren Aronofsky, his first film. I'm a huge fan of that one. So, alright, just carrying on. As I said, this was the warm-up round for all of my future endeavors. So this is where we start to get interesting. The goal here, the premise, is to push myself harder, and in this case I call that spiritual cleansing. I'm trying to remove all addictions, but my traditional definition of spiritual cleansing was going out and pushing my body to some physical extremes, and usually that resulted in me crashing my bike or doing something crazy. I mean, one example of that, I was in Monterey, California for a while, and I go out in the beach in the water in Carmel without a wetsuit. I mean, the water temperature it's pretty cold. I mean, it's in the 50s, but I was in there for an hour, 15 minutes, and then when I came out of the water, I mean, I could feel I was pretty cold. Came out of the water, and I was stage 2 hypothermic, so I was getting pretty close to going unconscious up on the beach. So fortunately I didn't, but that was a lot of mental focus to just keep on going on that one. And in this new iteration of spiritual cleansing, this is the hard part. I mean, a lot of these things are really hard to do, and trust me, it's going to get worse. I got worse things in mind, but this one is going to be, I am no longer going to be addicted to sleeping in the morning. So that's going to be, I'm now going to have to get up between 3 and 4 o'clock every morning and start my day, and that's going to involve exercise as well. So up to this point, like I said, warm-up round, it's been easy. I haven't had to provide an update because I was doing it all. And of course I'm going to be the first one to call myself out on anything, because this is all about public accountability. But if I do this and if I'm not able to hold up to those ends, I'm going to have to report it, self-report, and that's going to be hard. You know, this is the only one where, like, yeah, their life might get in the way here or there, but really that's not an acceptable answer. It's got to be all or nothing. So that's my new rule. You know, we're moving into bigger and better things, moving to the big boys club and getting off the easy stuff. That being said, it's been, I want to say, about 3 weeks now, almost a whole month. It's going to be a month on the 12th, I believe, day after 9/11. And then I don't know, I don't really feel any different. I'm managing portions, and maybe this is one of those long-term things. I mean, I've dropped weight before, but my goal here is dropping about 25 pounds, and I got my buddy on my case too, because I've got a few physical objectives that I'm going to have to reach in the very near future, and I'm just pushing hard to get those things done. But I haven't done too much today because I was going to meet up with my buddy Abram and just have some tea and little salad, but you know, that'd be Abram right there. Pass on my place, and yeah, you know, maybe do a swim in calisthenics later. So, you know, I've been doing a lot of lifestyle choices and other things, but just trying to get directly to the goal. I mean, I don't have the same body I used to have years ago, and my body changed a lot after that one episode I discussed in my prior video, just after the trauma pneumothorax and the crash and then the malnutrition. That was a very hard time, so it's been a long road building up, but I think a lot of it too is just the volume that I've been training at. Is I got to train so much smarter. It's like what Tom Brady does, and then Rob Gronkowski, the great tight end, comes in and he's like, "Oh, hey, Tom Brady, I can't imagine you're doing this stuff. I'm going to follow your plan." And then Rob Gronkowski can't even keep up with Tom Brady, just doing his. I mean, apparently he has every meal, every exercise planned out 6 months in advance. You know, it takes a lot of discipline to be able to do that. And I don't know if he's doing that all on his own, but more power to him. I mean, he's a great quarterback. And, you know, maybe Rob Gronkowski will get past his 4 back injuries that he's had, probably as a result of, you know, just not dealing with the back end. You know, you burn the candle at both ends. Brightest flame burns quickest. You're going to be burned out fast, and you're not going to have any legacy. So it's just not worth it to push yourself to that extreme. This is all about training smarter and, you know, also harder though. I mean, there's the whole thing with David Goggins. I mean, that guy just pushes to I mean, there's no limit what that guy does. It's unbelievable. But even guys in the soft community will say that guy is just next level. So yeah, I definitely want to meet that guy at one point, just pick his brain on a few things. But anyway, that's what to look forward to. Now it's removing the addiction to sleep, and you know, really there's only one more addiction I can think of, and that's that's gonna be a wacky one. I can't really talk about that one, but that's the last one, and then it's just gonna be removing all comforts. I mean, I've done that before. I've removed internet from my life. I've removed, you know, I don't have TV here. It was really just eat, sleep, work, and train. And I'm quickly going back to that. You know, the only issue was he got injured last time, so just got to be smarter about it this time around. And that's all there is. So hopefully this was a good update for you. Again, this is mostly for myself, keeping tabs on myself, but, you know, by all means, watch the progress, and any, you know, comments are absolutely helpful to me, because it helps me gauge progress. You know, I like being held accountable. I like getting feedback. I like being able to have a dialogue, and that's really where I think I'm best. I mean, you know, you've seen me, 4 videos now, just giving you an active monologue. If you didn't know better, you'd probably think that I had some kind of a liberal arts degree, but you know, that is what it is. So anyway, it's a nice day today. I'm just doing my laundry, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of exercise and just having a good dinner. And oh yeah, what am I drinking now? I'm having this Kavita apple cider vinegar tonic. So I don't know. It's not a substitute for dinner, but it's pretty good. All right, take care.